Welcome to the Explainer. So if you've ever found yourself totally drowning in a massive documentation project, or maybe trying to format some sprawling white paper, you know exactly how painful it can be. Today, we're taking a deep dive into OmniCon's Books feature. It is without a doubt the ultimate tool for conquering complex, long-form content, and I am absolutely thrilled to show you how this whole thing works.
Because let's be honest, this is the million-dollar question, right? How do you manage complex, long-form content without literally losing your mind? I mean, when you use a standard CMS platform, you're usually just given one giant text box. You start typing, and suddenly your 50-page technical guide is an absolute formatting nightmare. You delete a single space on page 2, and bam, your cursor jumps to page 32. It's incredibly frustrating. You're scrolling endlessly, losing track of sections, and manually trying to manage a table of contents. It's just a mess.
Okay, let's dive into this. On the left, we've got OmniCon's standard articles. Now, these are fantastic for single posts. They're essentially just one chunk of HTML stored in a flat table. But on the right, we have books. A book is a full structural hierarchy, and it's actually stored in relational SQL databases because of how it nests. It's got its own editor, its own AI-assisted drafting flow. It is literally purpose-built for when standard web pages are just, well, the wrong shape for your content. So here's our builder's journey for today. We're going to cover mastering OmniCon Books, the 4-level hierarchy, creating your framework, working with your AI writing partner, and finally exporting the finished product. Let's get into it. Step 1. Mastering OmniCon Books, the blueprint. Moving right along to Step 2. The 4-level hierarchy, structuring your build. Now, you should really only reach for this tool when the stricture actually earns its keep, you know? If they're making a multi-chapter guide, a handbook, or any document that desperately needs a table of contents, this is your starting line. Think of this strict 4-level nesting system as the architectural blueprint of a house. Step 1 is the book, the property itself. Step 2 is the part, which represents major divisions, kind of like the floors of your house. Step 3 is the chapter, representing units of reading, so the rooms. And finally, Step 4 is the section. So if the book is the house, the sections are the actual furniture where your content lives. Take a look at how the typical use varies across these levels. Does the book level have a content field? Nope, it's just front matter metadata, like a title and description. Parts and chapters do have content fields, but they're typically just used for short intro framing or overview paragraphs. Honestly, they're often left completely empty. It's the section that actually handles the prose. You should expect most of your actual writing to live purely at the section level. Which brings us to Step 3, creating your framework, pouring the foundation. The really beautiful thing here is that you don't need everything mapped out on day 1. A freshly created book with just a title is a perfectly valid starting point. You can logically organize and grow your writing as you go. Now, as you add those pieces, you're going to arrange them using the OrderIndex. This is just a drag-and-drop value in the UI that controls your reading and export order. You can easily drag a section around within its chapter to change the order. But, and here is an absolutely crucial point, reordering is scoped to the parent. Moving a chapter from one part to an entirely different part isn't just a simple drag and drop. You actually have to delete and recreate it. So, always plan your major part boundaries before you do a massive amount of writing. Seriously, save yourself the headache.
All right, Step 4, your AI writing partner, bringing in the co-writer.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is, at every single level of your book, part, chapter, and section, OmniCon provides a built-in AI generate button right next to the content field. But remember, this is a writing partner, not magic. Its secret weapon is this invisible feature called AI reference data. It's basically a persistent private context engine. You can drop your style guide notes in there, tell the AI your target audience is non-technical, or even paste the overall outline of the book. The AI automatically pulls from this on every single generate call. This is huge because it ensures your terminology and facts stay perfectly on track without cluttering up your actual final text. But look, the AI is only as good as the instructions you give it. On the left, we have a bad prompt, write about idempotency. It's just way too vague to produce anything useful. But on the right, a good prompt. Draft 400 words introducing the concept of idempotency to an engineer who knows HTTP. Use one concrete HTTP example, keep the tone matter of fact. See the difference there? By explicitly specifying length, audience, examples, and tone, you transform what would be a generic block of text into a highly usable draft. To radically speed up your drafting process, OmniCon's documentation suggests 3 highly actionable workflows. First up, outline first, generate later. So you build your entire skeleton with just titles, drop that whole outline into the book-level AI reference data, and then generate section by section. Second, draft, then refine. Generate a rough cut, paste it in, and then just edit it directly yourself. And third, expand from notes. Just paste your bullet point notes into the context box and tell the AI to expand them into 500 words. Honestly, it is so much faster than staring at a blank page.
However, let's keep our feet firmly on the ground here. This is what the AI won't do for you. It will not guarantee technical correctness. The AI will confidently write things that are almost right, so human review is absolutely essential. It also won't match your voice exactly. You should definitely expect to edit sentence-level rhythm. And it certainly won't know facts that aren't provided in your prompt, your context, or that AI reference data field we just talked about. But it does have a few incredibly fun tricks up its sleeve. Some editors actually feature a request infographic button right next to the Generate tool. This literally asks the AI to produce a visual summary of your content. It's a fantastic, honestly surprising tool for kicking off visual assets, especially for chapter intros or recapping a really dense section. Now, you'll probably want to refine it later, but as a starting image, it's pretty brilliant.
And finally, step 5, exporting the final product, handing over the keys. So your structure is totally solid. Your AI partner has helped you draft the prose, and your content is polished. How do we get this out into the real world? Well, with one click, OmniCon exports your entire book into a fully formatted Microsoft Word document. And see how that hierarchy pays off? The export perfectly maps the CMS structure. Your parts become Word heading 1s, chapters are heading 2s, and sections are heading 3s. Your reading order is flawlessly driven by that order index we organized earlier, and all your rich text, bolding, italics, and image URLs are beautifully preserved. It's instantly ready for reviewer passes, PDF distribution, or, just offline archiving. There is one crucial caveat to note here, though. The Word export intentionally excludes your AI reference data. It also leaves out any unpublished drafts and custom HTML widgets that standard Word documents just simply can't render. So you can rest assured your private drafting context and structural secrets safely remain behind the scenes where they belong. Which leaves us with this final thought. If your CMS could outline your structure, help you draft the heavy prose, and perfectly format a complex technical book before you even typed a single paragraph manually, what would you build next? OmniCon Books gives you the architecture and the AI partner to make it happen. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Now go build something incredible.